Yo, what's going on, my fellow gamers? Gid here, signing in with another episode of my Friendship Disc series. Thanks for checking in. This friendship features Baymax and Kevin Flynn, one of the original friendships with the Big Hero 6 characters, before the release of new characters such as Olaf and Darkwing Duck, but we'll get to those sometime down the road. In the meantime, we'll take a look at this disc, which is also known as Old School Diagnostic. And if you're liking the vids, please like, share, and if you're new, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below with your thoughts on this particular disc. Obviously, I don't have any wall stuff unlocked, so let's take a look. Old School Diagnostic. Power Cleanse heals allies, increases Kevin Flynn's starting energy, and it also increases a hit point over time with the level up, and that's from Power Cleanse. So Power Cleanse is the active skill, the white skill, that wave that removes all the debuffs that Kevin Flynn does. I think this is an interesting disc in the sense that it also gives it, an active heal in the form of a dot. So much like Yak's, his main heal was an active skill, so now this is a healing dot in addition to the other effects of Power Cleanse, which is pretty awesome. I mean, right now I'm using Sweet Glitch, which is powered up pretty decently with that extra shield and possible second debuff cleanse, so I'm enjoying that one, but I think Old School Diagnostic has a lot of potential and would be an excellent disc, and I'd like to power that up. I'd really like to power up every disc, but I think as long as you have good shielding, the small percentage chance of the extra debuff cleanse is good when it happens. However, there's so many debuffs against a lot of the teams that you fight these days, it almost doesn't last long enough to make it work. So anyway, let's jump into the friendship campaign. So Baymax and Flynn, here they are, chatting. Baymax senses that Flynn's in distress, and Flynn's like, nah, I'm good, I'm just fighting some creeps. No problem. Oh, Baymax, always down to business. At least Kevin Flynn's very chill about the whole thing. You can scan me, but after we do this. Episode 1 is the aptly titled Walking Marshmallow. Creeps appear seemingly out of nowhere. Baymax attempts to shield Flynn. Go Baymax. Flynn pushes Baymax out of the way and emits an energy shield that sends the creeps flying. Good teamwork here. Before the creeps hit the ground, Baymax shoots them with his rocket fists. They quickly de-res. Have they used that de-res word before? Baymax turns around to find Flynn on the ground. True to his word, Flynn allows Baymax to scan him. The creeps are down and the scan is complete. Flynn is interested in the results, and Dr. Baymax says his heart rate is greatly elevated. Has he experienced any recent distress? What's gonna happen next? Episode 2, Stress Test. Before Flynn can answer, several more creeps appear. Flynn takes out a few creeps with his disc, but more keep coming. Baymax scans the foes, analyzing their current state. Meanwhile, Flynn shields Baymax while he makes his final calculations. Awesome! Bonus friend level up dialogue. Let's see. Baymax detects everybody suffering from emotional distress. Has to do with everyone being in this strange new place, and Baymax reminding Flynn, don't be ashamed to cry, and Flynn taking that message to heart. Sensing that the creep horde is too big, Baymax grabs Flynn and flies him to safety. With that wave of creeps in their rearview mirror, Flynn is amazed that Baymax made a decision to get Flynn to safety. Baymax justifies it, saying it was necessary to make him a better healthcare companion. Flynn thinks there's more to it than that. Episode 3, Signs of Life. Kevin Flynn asks around the city and hears many stories of Baymax's heroics and compassion. Baymax, Wally, and Flynn. Looks like the old gang is back together. The programmer is impressed with whoever made Baymax. Tadashi, your legacy lives on. Flynn comes up with a series of tests to determine whether Baymax is self-aware or just a product of really good code. Flynn asks Baymax if he would be willing to take the tests. Baymax asks Flynn about the purpose of the tests. Flynn states his reasoning for the tests would mean this proves his work with the ISOs wasn't a fluke and electronic life can bloom anywhere. Baymax asks if this will help with his emotional well-being. Flynn confirms it most definitely will, so Baymax agrees to the tests, like a good healthcare companion. Episode 4: Mirror Image. The first test for self-awareness Flynn researched is called the mirror test. If Baymax recognizes himself in the mirror, it means he has the ability to distinguish his features over those of another robot. Flynn and Baymax head to the covered market to buy a mirror. Unfortunately, the first mirror they purchase does not reflect Baymax at all. The mirror just shows a face of a grim man who tells them Snow White is the fairest in the land. More potential hero foreshadowing? Flynn is disappointed in the lack of help from the rhyming mirror. Baymax is concerned that Snow White's skin condition is a symptom of very low blood pressure and flips into healthcare companion mode. Flynn is quite convinced she's fine, that's more an artistic description. Baymax is not so sure. Next up, Episode 5. Shh. And that will do it for this episode. Fellow gamers, thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for part 2 of Old School Diagnostics. Will Baymax turn out to be as self-aware as Flynn hopes? We'll find out soon. Thanks so much for watching, and keep on gaming.